And that'll set up a third down.
Complete to Josh Oliver. 12 yards on the play. Leads to third down and 1.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Again,
and he is met quickly in the A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now it's Jackson to Thompson on the screen. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Lambo is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Oliver. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Here's Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They'll run for it. Geis. And he coughed it up. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Cassius Marsh there on the tackle. Taken down.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Jaguars 3, Steelers 0.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson, throw left side, complete. That's Oliver. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And Lambeau will put this one through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Steelers 7-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And Jackson throwing once more. Flush to his right. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
51 the mic, boy, 51. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand.
Black 30, Jack 16.
First carry for James Conner. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
A good carry and a first down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger, quarterback. James Conner only 715 combined yards, but in 2018 he was a Pro Bowl running back. Combined yardage that year, 1,470. They're hoping for 2018 James Conner in 2020.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Roethlisberger. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Down at the 39.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Finds his running back, James Conner. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
First down.
Here we go. Rush in.
A give to Smallwood out of the gun. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Chase on the tackle.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
Roethlisberger's pass complete.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. On second down, it's Conner. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
The quarterback sack.
Devin Bush. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson. And he locates Laviska Shenault, the rookie from Colorado. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
From the gun, Jackson rolling to his right. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
First and 10 at the
play action. Now Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Oliver. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
This one caught over the middle. It's Oliver, the tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. Through an opening, and there he goes. And the Steelers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Recovered by Pittsburgh.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked by Jared Wilson. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12.
At the 20-yard line.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
This time, Jackson will throw it. He can run for it, and he will. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, this is incomplete.
On the keeper.
The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
Over on down.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They run Smallwood. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, and he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he is close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 42. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Roethlisberger going to get this one to Connor. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a 1st down.
1st down, a run with Smallwood. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
29-yard line.
47 to Mark, 47. Check, 47. Let's get that ball.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
3rd and inches.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Taken down.
Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
At the 10-yard line.
On 2nd down, Smallwood. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll run with Smallwood. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. But now it's 3rd and goal.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now Rudolph with 3rd and goal. And he's he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Wendell Smallwood, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
On the option, Jackson will keep it.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. But I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
Tackle made back at the 48-yard line. That's the end of the third quarter.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll run with Thompson. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to air one out. And this is caught at the 20.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. That is caught inside the 5.
And the Jaguars are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9.
He was brought down
a full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. The quick slant caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First down, Steelers.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Switch.
They'll run on first down. Smallwood. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Myles Jack. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the first turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
Good.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes it a 17-10 score.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Second and 10, Rudolph again. Rudolph loses the football. It's out. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's Jordan Berry now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he goes out right around the 39. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at the 39-yard line. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Bud Dupree in there to bury him for a loss of 11. To try again after the sack. Jackson, he's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
brings up.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
The Jaguars' 38-yard line.
Now it's Rudolph. And McDonald here over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
A gain of 14.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
Oh, yeah.
And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Oliver.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that first down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the first down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
Rudolph following the fumble recovery. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Rudolph. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Rolling to his left. And he finds McDonald. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Steps away. He gets it left side to Johnson. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the 50, it's Rudolph. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That is good. That ties the game at 17. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Now Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Thompson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from Florida, C.J. Henderson. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the fourth quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close,